What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Hard to believe that there are only 2 more rounds left to go of round robin play in Cliffys Champions League for Season 3. And a huge couple of rounds it is going to be for everyone who is looking to go and cement their place inside the top 4 to take part in the final series. We're going to go get things started straight away with the Royal Hiney bashing Bulldogs. Both of these teams, both on 8 points, but outside the top 4 due to net run rate. So a win here today is going to go a long way to seeing them cement their place inside that top 4. Sebastian Bulldogs, it is their home game. They'll be looking to take the home field advantage into this one and pick up the victory. So as I said, down towards the bottom, they are 7th and 8th, but do have 8 points respectively of everything. So they are just outside that top 4. We've had an early wicket here as well. Lickley gone, LBW to Mitchell Stark, but Frost and Callis are putting on a nice wee partnership here for the Royal Hiney before Stark strikes again. He's been expensive today, but he has gone and picked up 2 wickets. And Frost, we did miss his half century that did score, but a runner ball 57 before getting out LBW to Lamont. And Spriggs, he has had a terrible time today. 3 off 16 for the captain of the Royal Hiney. And they are really going to need this middle and lower order to step up and get them some runs on the board if they are going to have a decent total to defend against the bashing Bulldogs. We've seen another 2 wickets go down. First, Lindsay gone for 17 off 28 to Clancy, and then Crook gone for 24 off 39 to Aroa. 3 catches in a row to Bolton as well. So Wickettaker doing a good job today, hanging on to everything that is coming his way. Make that 4 as Champion has gone to Hesselgreave. He gets his 2nd for the game. Bolton gets his 4th catch for 7 off 19. And Harvey, he's gone as well for 9 off 15 to Clancy. And the Royal Hiney, they're struggling towards their 50 over mark here. They are going to get over 200, so they do have something to defend. Connor's gone and passed his 50. We've had a run out from Clancy, and 221 is what has been scored at the end of the day by the Royal Hiney. So it's not a terrible score by any stretch of the imagination, but they are going to have to bowl well to keep this bashing Bulldogs side out, and they haven't done that to start off with. Ashcroft is moving along very nicely. Good strike rate so far. And he is going, I was going to say towards his 50, but Callis, he stood up, he's gone, he's got a wicket, he's got a couple actually. First Ashcroft for 41 off 33, and then Fisher for 20 off 34. So that's what the Royal Hiney will want to do. They'll want to continue taking wickets, which is what they've done. Champion, he's got a double. He was on a hat-trick. First Ben Cameron for 14 off 23, and then Earl for a golden duck. Bolton's gone too to Callaway for 16 off 24, and this game here really could go either way. It is very close at the moment. It is going to need a couple of wickets here or there, or a good 5 to 10 over batting spurt from the bashing Bulldogs to see them get up. But Lamont and Clancy building a nice partnership here as they're moving, as I said, slowly towards that total. And if you look at that top order, nothing really of note apart from Ashcroft's 41. Clancy's made 43 before going, and then Lamont has made 51 off 58. So 7 down now. Make that 8 down as Callaway has picked up a rower. And this game is going to be very close, but I think that we are going to be very close to a victory. In fact, we have gone. The bashing Bulldogs have got up there in a very close one by 2 wickets. Clancy, man of the match, 43 off 55 and 2 for 37 with the ball. The bashing Bulldogs bowlers really worked well as a unit today, as we can see, just 2 wicket hauls there and there, but a good game. And what that does mean for the table as we go and have a look, the bashing Bulldogs have shot up into 4th place. The Royal Hiney now do have a very tough time of going and making it into the playoffs. But the one thing the bashing Bulldogs don't have going in their favour is they have a bye going into round 11. So they are now going to have to rely on other results to see them through, especially when all the other teams, or most of the other teams I should say, do have 2 games left to play. So they just need to win one of those to knock the bashing Bulldogs off. But next we head to the Wicketakers taking on the Sledging Cyclones. A win here today for the Wicketakers would secure them a top 4 spot without a doubt. Where they would finish would be determined by the last game of the round. The Sledging Cyclones, they're in a similar situation to the bashing Bulldogs and the Royal Hiney, both needing a win, and the Sledging Cyclones are the same. They need a win to stay in touch with the top 4 heading into round 11. Wicketakers at home, and they are going to be batting first, and it is the Barnes and Warner show that we have become so accustomed to this season. So they'll be looking to go and get some runs on the board. Ellington coming in next. He's really played well this season. I think he's had 6 50s from I can't remember how many games it was from, but he's had 650s, I think, in about 9 games to date so far. So he's had a good season so far. Allen, he's another guy who's had a good season, had career best figures or even competition best figures of 7 for in one of the games. He's gone and picked up the first 2 wickets. He's got Barnes and Warner for 10 and 34 respectively. But the wicket takers, I was going to say, are putting on a nice wee partnership between Ellington and Romeo. But since then, we have seen 2 wickets fall. Romeo went first for 25 off 36. Then Ellington went for 35 off 34. Hesselgreave was then run out by Kapoor for 1 off 3, and Cameron gone to McKenzie for 15 off 18. So all of a sudden, we had like a 5-over period where the game really flipped on its head. Things were going very, very well for the wicket takers, but not so the case now. The Cyclones are coming back with a vengeance. We've seen Cook go for 28. We've seen Harrison Green go for 3 off 10. Nadeem picking up both of those, and Travis Head has picked up 3 catches for the day here too. And we look to be in a similar situation here as we were in the first game for the Royal Hiney, really starting to limp towards that 50 over mark, but they are getting there. Hick gone for 2 off 23, played his role, caught, he has gone and picked up a half century, moved on past 60 here, and those runs could be crucial. 234 is what was ended up there by the wicket takers, and as I said, that could be crucial. That could be enough runs if we do see them bowl well. They do have a very good bowling unit, the wicket takers, but saying that, the Sledging Cyclones, they've been looking to fire. They haven't really fired for me this season with the bat, so they'll be looking to do that here today. Again, a very good start, but we have seen 2 wickets fall in quick succession. First, I believe it was Head who went for 40 off 37, and then Smith for 15 off 25. And it is looking good at the moment here for the Cyclones, but they have lost a couple of wickets quite early and haven't really got the partnerships going. Kapoor was the next man, gone to Hesselgreave for 29 off 35, and you know, you'd have to say that things are looking quite good, pretty even and in the balance. Remember, 235 is the total that is being chased here off the top of my head. So we're at a pretty even stage in the game. Kay gone for 30 off 37. He's bowled by Hick. Brown, he has played a good innings, an anchor innings at the moment, striking it over a runner ball, and he's moved into the 60s. Sorry, I make that the 70s. But we have seen a couple of wickets go down. First, it was McKenzie for 9 off 29 to Court, and then Brown gone for 71 off 66 to Cook. But he may have done the damage already in this chase for the Sledging Cyclones. In fact, he has. Brown getting the man of the match, 71 off 66, and getting there with about 5 overs left to go. So a good win for the Cyclones. It'll be good for their net run rate as well. And with these first 2 results that we've had in round 10, really does open things up heading into round 11. So after this game, looking at the table, the wicket takers are still top. They're not out of it. You would have to say odds on they are favourites to go through to the top 4. But Sledging Cyclones have done themselves a huge favour by picking up that win there. They have left it so it is not in their hands to go and make the top 4. Next up, a team who is basically done and dusted. It is going to be very hard for them to make it up now. Their net run rate is quite good, so that could potentially work in their favour, but they are taking on the Master Blasters, the form team of the tournament. It is at the Den, however, so we could see an upset in the second to last game of the round, but the Wolfpack, they'll be looking for a win, but the Master Blasters, I should say, will be looking to go and carry on their amazing form. Their debut season in the tournament, remember, and they did go, I think, about 4 or 5 games unbeaten, and then they actually had a draw, so they add another one onto that there. But Wolfpack, they've got a very good start. It was over a 50 partnership, but that has now since changed. Sharky's come in and has taken a couple of wickets. Everson first for 36 off 42, and then Morris for 2 off 5. Cook, however, has gone and passed his 50, and they'll be looking to him to really anchor this innings and get the Wolfpack towards a decent total, because that's something we have not seen in the first 2 games of this round, are some decent totals that have been posted on the board. It has really been a bowler's day, you would have to say, today, but the Wolfpack, they're looking to go and fight back in this one and put together a good partnership. Captain Vanderberg gone 13 off 32, didn't really get going today, couldn't get started, which is an issue for him. He will look to be going and improving on that, but he did play the support role to Cook, who has just gone and passed his 50, his 100. Griffin has just gone and passed his 50, so Cook 100 for him. I think that's possibly his 2nd or 3rd of the tournament, so he's having a good time with the bat opening up. And Griffin, the wicketkeeper batsman, he's doing a good job too. He is moving towards that 100 at a very good rate. 123 for Cook. I don't think he is going to quite get there. Finished up with 92, did Griffin. So a great knock from him and a great partnership between him and the opening batsman. So it is going to be quite a task here for the Master Blasters to go and chase. Again, I'm not 100% sure what they are chasing. I think around 250, 260, which is the biggest score that we have seen today so far. It just depends whether they are going to go and have enough. De Kock gone early for 22 off 32 to Zeeble. But Russell, he has gone past his 50 and playing very well. Himself and McIntyre will be looking to go and build a good partnership, but that's not going to be the case. Court has picked up a wicket, 18 off 29 for the captain. And again, pretty evenly poised, you'd have to say, heading into the 25 over mark. I would say probably that the Wolfpack are just slightly ahead at this stage. I think just with their containing role that they have done with the ball. Hasty gone for 21 off 24 to Zeeble, again picking up his second for the day. And Russell can't quite get to that 3 figures. He's gone to Court for 93 off 100. But a very good innings by the opening batsman of the Master Blasters. Kieran Thal gone for 14 off 21 to Johnson. And again, things still very, very close. Still obviously some good batters left to come in this here. Cook gone. He's got Irie run out for 25 off 28. Patterson has got Court for 0 off 3. Ravenhall moving towards his 50. And this is going to be a very, very close finish. But at the end of the day, it was that blast by the end from Griffin which has got the Wolfpack up. They win by 14 runs. Shout out to Russell, obviously 93 off 100. Just couldn't quite get there. But Cook getting the man of the match, as you would expect, for that 123. A great knock by the opener for the Wolfpack. And technically what that does is it still gives them a chance to make the top 4. But it really does depend, I think, on this next game. The Vikings taking on the Sharks. In this game here, both teams on 8 points. So it's almost an essential quarterfinal. You would have to say whoever loses this game, it is going to be an uphill battle for them to finish in the top 4. And the loser, you would have to say, probably is going to be out. The winner, not necessarily in, but I think with both the Wicketakers and the Master Blasters losing, it does leave the door open potentially for both those sides to drop out as well, heading into round 11. It is the Vikings who are going to be batting first, and they'll be looking to go and put a good score on the board against this Sharks side. And we do just need to wait and see what happens. A good start from both Perkins and Thompson. However, we have seen a wicket fall for 19 off 17 for Perkins. He's gone to Baxter, caught by Whelan, the wicketkeeper, and then Bath went shortly after for 3 off 12. But Thompson's doing the job. He was going striking at well over 100. He has slowed down slightly now, and he'll be looking to bat through the innings to put a good total on the board for the Vikings here. And this is a good partnership he's putting on with his captain, Roberts. He has just gone and passed his 50. As I said, slowed down a little bit. He was accelerating very, very quick, but has now gone, I guess, put the brakes on a little bit, and they're just looking to build at this stage of the innings. Do have a lot of batting left to come. Obviously, Luke Ronke down at number 8. We all know he can bat. We saw how explosive he was last season batting up, I think, at number 3. Myself would come in taking a few wickets, and this could be huge for the Sharks. Roberts went first for 46 off 63 to Cliff, then Illingworth for 6 off 5, and then Thompson 76 off 105, bowled Pookie. Whelan getting his second catch of the day. But Jay Thompson coming in now, and he is striking. It must be something in the name Thompson today, because they are striking with some fearless power at the moment. Tahir has gone and got Spearman for 23 off 35. Thompson has gone and passed his 50. He is racing along. But 254 is the total that has been set here by the by the Vikings for the Sharks. And it'll be very interesting to see what does happen in this game. Illingworth, he's done his job. He's picked up a couple of wickets, the all-rounder. Has struggled a little bit with the bat, I'd have to say, this season, but his bowling has more than made up for it. Got Turnbull first for 13 off 11, and then Bray for 15 off 13. And remember, 254 is the total that is being chased. Illingworth has got his third. He's got Farnworth for 29 off 19. And he has been expensive today, you'd have to say. But he has done the job with the ball, picking up 3 wickets, obviously. And quite a strange formula that the Vikings have gone with here. And we have seen this quite often, that they do like to go and bowl out those players very early on. I think going into the 22nd over, they had only used 3 bowlers. But it does seem to be doing the trick. Cosmos is really slowing down. He is 46. He's striking at almost 50. Cliff has gone and passed his 50, so has Cosmos, but it may be a little bit too late, you would have to say, because the strike rate is not good, and that is going to be an issue, obviously, chasing such a big total. 50 off 103, gone to Wilkinson. He got another one as well, got myself for 68 off 87, and it is going to require a big knock by both Dean and Pookie inside these last 5 overs, but I don't think there is enough gas in the tank to go and get up. Wilkinson gets his third for the game, 26 off 20, and it is going to be quite short, or actually only 9 runs short in the end for the Sharks, but you'd have to say that that loss there all but sees them out of the top 4 race. Myself getting man of the match, but it is little consolation. 68 off 87 with the bat, 2 for 58 with the ball. But would have preferred, obviously, the team to pick up the win, because as we can see, puts us down into 8th, the Sharks, moves the Vikings up to 3rd, and man, I would have to say that this is going to be an extremely close finish to this tournament. Next up, the Snipers, they are completely gone and done and dusted. They have gone from wooden spooners to champions, probably to wooden spooners again, you'd have to say. The Shredders, huge chance this for them. It could almost secure them a top 4 spot if they do manage to pick up a win against the Cellar Dwellers Snipers. But saying that, the Snipers have produced a few upsets this season, and who knows, as I said, they could possibly, well, they can't come back and make the top 4. They are out of it, but they are now basically playing the role of the spoilers. They'll be looking to spoil everyone's party that they are playing to not allow them to get up into the top 4. But it's a great start by the Snipers. Obviously, no pressure on them to go and win this game. Henry gone, very well made, 44 off 42 deliveries. He had a good partnership with Sampson, who is still in and moving towards his 50. In fact, he has just gone and got it there. So it is a good total that they are going at. They're going about 6 runs and over, playing at a run a ball at the moment, the Snipers. You'd have to say that they probably will slow down heading into these, I guess, these middle overs. You'd have to say. Sampson gone for very well made, 70 off 74. He's gone to Yeoman. Smith picked up the first wicket of Henry. I did forget to acknowledge that. But Lepakis and Clapperton, they are putting on a good partnership. But just as things are starting to get going for the Snipers, and that has been a story of this season, is that they just lose wickets at crucial times. Lepakis gone to bench boy for 47 off 66. Clapperton was the next to go for 16 off 26, 2 and 2. And Dale gone for 20 off 26. LBW to Dahinga. We don't see him bowling very often, but he has had a bit of a golden arm, you'd have to say, this season, and has picked up wickets at some pretty crucial times. But this is a good total that has been put on the board. Not 100% sure what it was. I think about 250. They've got off to a great start with Dale. He's picked up 2 wickets in his first 2 overs. Got rid of both openers, back to the hut. First Kumar for 10 off 5, then Dahinga for 11 off 8, then in 2 for 11 off 9. So Dale is going at an absolute rate of knots at the moment. A little bit expensive, going for about 7 runs and over, but he has taken those 3 wickets, and those could be crucial heading into the back end of the innings. As I said earlier, before we started this game, a win for the Shredders would see them go top for the time being, and it would be very tough for them to be knocked off the top of their perch, or at least knocked off their top 4 spot. But it could potentially happen. We could see an upset here. The Snipers, they bowled well in those first 25 overs. We have had another couple of wickets as well. Illett gone to Tyson Bennett for 13 off 38, and then Corp gone for 62 off 48 to Muscat, picking up his first wicket of the day. And then Dobbs chipping in as well, getting Macon for 12 off 16. McGuinness gone to Clapperton for 42 off 59. You'd have to say things aren't looking good here for the Shredders. Still a long way left to go, and Muscat has picked up his second of the day, 10 off 23. Excuse me. And you'd have to say they probably are going to fall short here. Muscat getting another one. I think it was McLaren that he went and picked up. But they are going to fall short. It was just wickets at the end of the day. The Snipers win by 42 runs. Sydney Sampson getting man of the match for his 70 off 74. Personally, I would have given it to Muscat. 3 for 26 from the Snipers bowler. Really contained and bowled very well towards the back end of the innings. What that result means for ladder as well, that the Master Blasters do stay top. The Shredders have actually dropped outside the top 4 due to their net run rate. The Sledging Cyclones head up. The Snipers go even with the Boundary Bashers, but heading into round 11, basically it is still anything can go. We still have 9 potential teams that could finish inside the top 4. So it's going to be all to play for. Essentially, we'll have some quarterfinals next week. It is going to be very excited. I hope you guys are really looking forward to this. It is this crunch time of the season that is really enjoyable, not only to watch, but to record and to react to as well. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links to that can be found down below in the description. Hope you've had a good weekend, and make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got more Don Bradman, my career, coming your guys' way. Make sure you do not miss that.